An upgrade on my planet aquarium. I'm sick today, but remember I was gonna get rid of this pink crap underneath the tank. Well, I was going to, but then I noticed there's new babies in there. See the tiny one in the back there. I need to trim these down. I need to replant them in different spots of the tank. There was a big glob of grass here. I took that out of the tank, separated it, and spread it out. So the carpeting is starting to come together. It's taken me a long time, but you guys notice, if you guys go back to my videos on day one of what this tank looked like, 100%, no problems, first time planting. I do have a sponge filter back there, if anyone's wondering what that filter is back there. That is a sponge filter, and then I do have an undergravel filter. That is only on this side of the tank, which is why there is no plants there. Just this, and I have some Java moss growing on it. But yeah, there's some new babies in there, so I couldn't really do a redo of the tank when there's newborn babies. I let the babies eat whatever bacteria is, whatever they find in the water in there. But I was able to do some small things to the bottom of the tank, since they don't really stay around the bottom, they mostly go to the top. Except for right now, they're going to the bottom, but that's because they don't have these guys pestering them anymore. These are the babies that I first had in there, and now they're a lot bigger. There's 8 of them. As you can see, I threw some plants in here too. Got some grass to start growing in there. Just threw these plants in there just because that underground filter, I have it on a low setting because they're split. Oh, that's cool. So I bought one of these things. Four-way. So I'm splitting the air between one pump into these 2 tanks. So this will now be my guppy grow out tank. It's a 10-gallon. Perfect enough for 8 fish, 10 fish to grow out to their full size. And when I figure out what color they're going to be, I will put one of the males in the tank with 4 females, and then throw the other 4 females into the other tank with the other male, and see what happens. Yeah, like I said, I'm sick today, so I'm not really doing much. I do have snails in here too. I didn't buy them either. I actually had one little snail in here that came with the plants. Somehow, somewhere, I got it into one of the plants, and now I got several of them. Yeah, so I need to trim these down and start putting some of these down into the rocks. Don't want to do anything right now. Once these babies get a little bit bigger, probably big enough to where these other babies won't be able to harass them and kill them, I'll probably move these little babies down there too, into the 10-gallon. I use these little heaters here. Keeps the temperature at 78 degrees. I have the same exact heater down here, so the temperature stays at 78 degrees. So everything's the same. Nothing changes. All I gotta do is net from the top, put it into the bottom, they're in the net for literally a few seconds. So it's quick, easy. Looks a little dark because there's some it's not grout, there's some algae growing on the back of the tank. But that's just because the sunlight's getting in. There's algae on the rocks. So once this grows out a little bit more, I'm thinking about getting some shrimp, and the shrimp will help with the rocks. And then I don't know what kind of algae I'm gonna get. I need one that's not gonna mess with the babies, because the babies are really tiny when they're first born. But yeah, if you look at my first video and then you look at this video, you're gonna be like, what the hell? No plants dying, everything's growing. And at a really high rate too. So I separated the plants from the top so that light could get down into the stems. You can see this stem right here to the left, all the way on the left is completely green. The one to the right of that one is turning green. And then you start going over here and you see the tops are all green. And then you see that stem in the back that's almost completely green. So I'm making sure that the lighting is getting to the whole of the stem. I need to buy one of those plant trimmers, but I'm not going to do that till the end of the month. Because by then these babies should be big enough to net and put down to the bottom. Probably going to trim and place the stems on the back wall there, because this grass is really starting to fill in really nice around the front. I might stick a plant in this empty spot here, or yeah, one of the stems there. Let it grow. I'm also going to be buying a tub eventually. One of those $20 totes. I'm going to stick it underneath here. Yeah, these babies are doing really well. And you can see the water down here is crystal clear. All thanks to that. They don't need much filtration because they're so tiny, so work perfectly. This one, on the other hand, I still got a lot of work to do in this tank. All these big groups here of grass, I need to separate and replant. Like these groups over here, same thing. I need to separate and replant. I need to trim some of them too. That would help. But yeah, and I really like how this has turned out. I've never had a plant tank before, and the plants are doing really well, so I'm proud of it. And this moss is just starting to grow over that little cave house, which is what I wanted it to do. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so I was going to do empty this tank out and redo it, but like I said, I got some new babies in there and I'm not sure which one of the females is having them, so I can't change anything drastically right now. Like the plants up there are probably giving the female enough cover for her to hide and just start dropping them, so don't really want to mess anything up there until I find out which one of these females is giving birth. And I'll know when she's done giving birth because she won't be as fat. She'll be a little bit skinnier. And then when she's done, I'll feed them, and when the fry get big enough, I'll move them down to the bottom tank. And then by that time, I'll have a tote, which will go down here, like I said. I'll drain all the water down to the bottom. But before I do that, I'm going to trim and replant where I want the plants. I'll aquascape it. Yeah, I'm pretty surprised that I haven't had any problems as a beginner. I think one thing that helped though is I actually built this thing. I actually built this LED light. Just in case the light fixture that I have in the back, I got with one of my 55-gallon tanks. Just in case that lighting wasn't enough, I went with an LED light, and I can get them at the dollar store, and then I just made a little wooden platform, and then basically screw this little light fixture into it, and it's been putting off a lot of light in there. That might be one reason why I'm having a lot of success, because I have the LED lighting. Yeah, there's quite a few new babies in here though, which is pretty cool. I like it because it means my tank is where it needs to be as far as water conditions and temperature. As long as new life is going in there along with live plants, it's the way it's supposed to work. The other cool thing about having this 10-gallon though is there's so much potential with this tank too. I mean, I can cut off some of these stems here, place them down here, and I can have some some of those cherry shrimp, red cherry shrimp, and stick them down in this tank because the babies will not bother them and the shrimp won't bother the babies. This is just my tank that I just throw excess plants in. Another thing that sucks too though is because I'm sick. I'll show you this real quick. There's a lot of little babies right here. I know a lot of people like to see babies. I like seeing them swim around too. Yeah. What sucks about me being sick though is this tank over here. This is my 55-gallon tank. I got nothing in here but mollies. And as you can see, it's brackish, which is the way it's supposed to look because of the salt. I just got some plants in there. Plants are starting to look, the plants are looking good. Oh, in this tank as well. As you can see, they still got bright colors. Got a silver Sailfin Mollie right here, who continues to breed with the white female but no others, so we'll see what happens. I got this Sailfin Mollie down there that I bought at Petco, and he's not doing anything. And I looked at Sailfin Mollies and what they like. A whole bunch of other crap. I had bought 2 males from Petco, The other one did the same thing this one's doing. And then, so I returned it. They tested my water and all that other crap that they're supposed to do. The water was fine. So then I got this fish, and he's doing the same shit. So, I say, don't buy Sailfin Mollies at Petco. Especially these orange ones, the expensive ones. I mean, that's a waste of $5. Well, basically $10. Even though I got my money back, I still spent the $4.99 that I got back on another freaking Sailfin, and he's gonna die. So, I got him, this pretty female, and the gold dust Mollie female down there from Petco, and the females are doing perfectly fine. The rest of the fish, I got at PetSmart. This male's healthy, the female's healthy. Then I got 3 black females that are perfectly healthy and swimming around. All of them are doing great except for the lonely duck down there. But this next month, I'm going to be, because I'm really a big Sailfin Mollie fan, and I want to breed them. Oh, I just got 2 Chinese algae eaters yesterday too. I put them in here, and they've done a really good job at cleaning up. The other one's inside of this little Chinese hut. I'm going to order a red Sailfin male and 2 red Sailfin females from a website. I don't know what the website is because I don't remember what it is. But I'll be doing an unboxing video and saying which company it is. It'll be my first unboxing of fish ever in the history of my life. I've never ordered any fish online before. But, I mean, this is a $5 meal, and he's crappy. I've done so many water changes, did the pH, everything. I use everything to lower the alkaline and all the nitrogen and all the crap in the water. Everything is perfect. I mean, every fish is perfect except for him. So I'm just going to go online and order me some nice Sailfins. And I'm probably going to put them, when I order them, into a separate small, like probably a 10-gallon tote to make sure that the male breeds with those females. And then I have a guppy tote and a Mollie tote. So when the Mollies start giving birth, I'll be putting the Mollie babies into their separate own little tote thing. That one just came out of the Chinese hut now. It's going up the side of the wall. And, oh yeah, there's the other one. The other one's back there in the corner. Yeah, look, the female swims right next to him, doesn't even move. I want to net him and I want to get him out of the tank, but I can't because all these plants are newly put in, so they're not rooted yet. The last thing I need to do is chase around, because if I put the net in the water, he runs. I put food in there, doesn't even eat it. Waste of money. Don't buy expensive fish at Petco. Well, at least if it's a Mollie. I don't know about any other cichlids and stuff, because I'm not a cichlid person. I'm a live bearer person. I like the live bearer fish. They're easier to maintain. They can handle hard water, which mine don't really have to because I do constant water changes. But they do like the water brackish a little bit, so there is salt in the water, which makes it a little brown. So that's probably one reason why they're doing so well. It doesn't make any sense about this one. That's why next month I'm going to order some online. And like I said, I'm going to do an unboxing video. And I'll have it named Unboxing My New Mollies or Sailfin Mollies. Yeah, this male Sailfin though is really nice. It's fast too. Kinda anxious to see which females he'll breed with. I know if he breeds with the black females, then they will give me Dalmatians. I know that, because I've bred them before. And then if you breed a black male and a darker marble female, you'll get nothing but marble babies. Which, some of these females are already pregnant, and they were with black Sailfin Mollies in the tank. So I might be able to get a black Sailfin baby out of them. Black Sailfin male out of them. I wanted to get a red-finned shark or a rainbow shark because I had a Mollie tank before, and that shark had 2 of them. The sharks would eat everything on the bottom of the tank when they got hungry enough. And I mean everything. If I got 2 sharks, they would harass the crap out of this male. Because he's gonna die. There's no going around it. He's going to die. But I can't let him out. I had Chinese algae eaters as well in that tank back when I bred mollies. And they stayed away from each other. The sharks and the algae eaters stayed away from each other. So I might get one redfin or rainbow shark. Let's see what happens. I don't know. I just don't like seeing the fish suffer the way it is, but at the same time, I can't net it. So, I don't know what to do. I just know it's not me. I'm an awesome fish keeper. I don't mean that bragging. I mean, I've had mollies when I was younger, and I haven't had any problems with them, period. I actually bred these guys, these orange mollies. I actually bred them, and they had babies, and I had orange babies. And I ended up selling a lot of them to people that I knew because they wanted them. So I know what I'm doing with these guys. It just pisses me off that a company can sell them and make them look good in their tanks, and then when you get them home, they do this. I know for a fact I'm not the only person this happens to. Like I said, every other molly in here, they're different kinds, different types. And there's nothing wrong with them. If anything, those silver ones are actually, they need more attention than these orange ones do. The orange ones are pretty hardy. They can handle anywhere from 7.0 pH to all the way to 8.0. These silver ones, I don't even think they can handle that. I think they're pretty delicate. The black ones are really hardy. They can handle anything too. That's one reason why I got them. And then I got my first ever lyre tail molly. She's down there. Oh yeah, so the fish that I'm going to be ordering is called it's a red sailfin. So if you want to look it up, they get 2.5 to 3 inches long, which is perfect because these gold dust mollies, they only get to like 2.5 and stay there. So that red molly and the two females are gonna look great in this tank. And by the time I buy them, this tank will be so clear. The water will be so clear and perfect that when I set them in the tank, or when I put them in the tank, I'm gonna do a video of that too. But I'm not gonna put them in the tank right away. Especially this dude's still in there, staying on the bottom. I'm gonna have a separate tote for them. I'll have a small heater for the tote. Make sure the male breeds of those females. And make sure that they're healthy before I even add them to these healthy fish. The only thing that really concerns me is I know what's wrong with him. He's got a respiratory problem. Same thing with the other one. The only reason why I know they have respiratory problems is because if you look, his mouth is wide open. And his gills are barely moving. He's swimming, but he's having a hard time breathing. There's no ick on him at all. There's not. It's the same thing with the other fish. I don't know if it's the way that they I don't know. I've had bad luck with Petco lately, so I've been getting PetSmart fish. That's actually where I got my guppies, was PetSmart. Over here in Salem, Oregon. I'm not buying Petco fish at all anymore. If anything, I'm gonna go to PetSmart or order them online. Yeah, look at that sailfin though, on this silver sailfin. So I'll make a video when these guys start having babies too. Let's see, how many do I have? I got 7 females and basically 1 male because this one doesn't count. I'm not even trying to breed at all. I need to do stuff to this tank today too, but I just don't feel good, so yeah, I got the same type of sponge filter for this tank too that I got in the 20 gallon. This is a big one though. And then I got a power head that's spreading aeration into the tank, which is perfect for the plants. It forces the plants to stand upright. See, the plants right here are standing upright. I placed the filter there. That back plant right there is going to grow probably into the filter. I'll just use my tongs. I just recently got tongs, so I use the tongs to make the plants go straight up, because they're kind of curving around a little bit, but all I gotta do is trim and move. Right now they're too small to trim, so this is a 55 gallon tank, so they got a ways to grow. And then I got some of that grass. The grass is starting to do a little growth. I'm going to do the same thing I did in the 20 gallon. I'm going to carpet this tank with the grass. I just did this stuff 2 weeks ago. Just never did a video on it till now. Yeah, I'm looking forward to next month though. I'm gonna get some real nice male and two females. The red Sailfin. I mean, alright. Hope people enjoy the videos. I know it was a lot of information I just threw out there, and it's showing my tanks. So how close they are though. So here's the 55-gallon. Here's the 10-gallon. With the guppy babies in it. And then up there is the 20. And then the totes would go in between. So I have the Mollie tote go right here where that jug is. I have the Mollie tote there. And then I have the guppy tote under the table. There's a lot of cool stuff that's going to be going on. And I'm going to use that one air pump because I have 2 totes. I got 2 empty spots left out of the 4 slots up there in the back, the valve check. So it's gonna save some money. And then I'm going to buy those cheap heaters, 1 for each tote. So I'm not gonna have a, what do you call it, big fish gallery, like whatever you call it. I'm not gonna have a fish room until later on, like when I move, or when we move. So for now, instead of buying tanks, I'm going to be using totes. I will pick and choose which females I will breed with in the totes. I'll pick out males that I like or don't like out of the totes, and the males I don't like will be turtle food. My turtles eat fish, and they need it for their diet, so they won't go to waste. Like I said, I can't net him, and plus he has respiratory problems, so aside from respiratory problems, he could have scale problems, some type of scale problem.